Welcome in, everyone, to another episode of Titans Tube. And look who it is. Caleb is joining us for this episode. Caleb, tell me, how's the weather in Denver over there?
Justin, that's not a very good question because I'm not actually in Denver right now.
What the? Dude! What's up, dude?
Hey,
it's you.
I'm here.
You're in Nashville.
I'm
Caleb,
here.
You're good. So you've returned. You've returned to Nashville for good. So now we can continue on making videos as we normally did.
Yes, for today anyways, I will be heading back to Colorado this afternoon.
Oh.
So I do apologize, but I'm here now.
Sure. Great. So can you at least talk about the Titans today while you're here still?
I can and will.
Well, that's great. That's just fantastic.
It's totally fantastic.
So why don't we get into, I guess, the Titans?
Yeah,
I mean,
we should talk Titans.
We have a football team here that's getting some hype, but maybe not enough hype. I would like to see some more hype around this team. But I don't know. Where should we start?
Let's start with this. Do you like our T-shirts?
Oh.
Aren't they so
we're doing an ad. Yes.
dope right now? Mari Gota and Taylor Lewan's No Bad Days shirt, which now it should switch to No Bad Days. I better get a new contract signing
That's true.
shirt right now. That's
Wow.
what the shirt should be. But anyway, these are sweet. You should go check it out at hangtn.com. Follow them on Twitter at GoHangTN.
Wow.
They make sweet Titan shirts and other Nashville sports apparel like Nashville SC soccer team, Nashville Predators, even though they let us down.
Do we have like
and
a
lost.
prompter? Are you reading that? Or
I
you-
am
it's
reading
just,
this. So
It's
it's
just
coming
coming
off
out.
the top of my head.
You know them well.
Okay,
Man.
okay, let's get back to
That was a good segue,
Titans
though.
talk. Thank
Why
you.
don't we talk about this Taylor Lewan holdout and not being present for the first couple days of minicamp, not being on the field practicing? Obviously, you know, he's about to be due for a contract, and it's probably going to be one of the biggest offensive lineman contracts in the NFL. The guy's kind of deserved it. He's made the Pro Bowl the past couple years. How important is it for him to get this thing done so he can join the team back again on the practice field?
I think it's very important. I mean, it's a no given that we're going to sign him to a new contract and contract extension, rework his current deal since he's on the last year of his rookie deal. But he wants a new one, and it's obvious he's a leader of this team.
Yeah.
And, I mean, a premier offensive lineman in the NFL. I was actually pretty upset that in the NFL's 100 top players of 2000 of last year, 2017, 2018,
2000 of last year.
that he was ranked number 78. Couldn't they just have given him number 77? I mean, that's his number.
That's a good point.
Gosh, I
Yeah,
want to
seriously.
slap whoever did that.
Just bump
silly.
him up. It's not like that list matters
Yeah,
anyway,
come
but make
on.
it match
No
with the
one
number.
gives a crap, but I am.
I can't
giving a
wait to
crap.
see Mariota being ranked number 8, because that's definitely going to happen.
That would be incredible.
Absolutely.
But it's a big deal. You know, the Titans have avoided this kind of, contract holdout and kind of like personal, I want to get paid for a little bit. But that's because we haven't had players worth signing to any contract extensions in a while. So
It's true.
it's kind of a good problem to have. I think Taylor Lewan is handling it the best he possibly could. I mean, he informed the team that he would not be coming. He wants to rework his contract. I think he's made it clear he wants to stay with the Titans. He's not like trying to bounce to a new team and get more money or anything like that. I mean, he wants to rework his contract, stay with the team. And I think he's the leader of this team. He's really embraced it this offseason with the games he started, the team bonding with the Fortnite. Yeah, I do think it's important we rework this. We get him signed as quickly as possible and get him back on the field. So because he's a leader. If we don't have him in these critical beginning stages and then of coaching with Vrabel and the offense, I think it could hurt us down the road. What do you think here, Justin?
We do have pretty much all of our offensive linemen are returning. I'm expecting all 5 starters to remain the same. We'll see what happens with Jack Conklin and his recovery. That's going to be a big thing to watch too, in my opinion. That's an underrated storyline. Like, can Jack Conklin return to form?
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I mean, he's a leader, and just the look of it, of him being one of the premier leaders and having him on the field just for the chemistry, camaraderie. I don't think he's going to lose any step or skill in what he brings by not attending a few of these practices. But, the NFL is a business. It's kind of the crappy part of it. But, I mean, guy's just trying to make as much money as he possibly can while he's in the position to do so. I would probably be doing the same thing, trying to get the best contract. But he is a team guy, and he wants to play in Nashville for as long as possible, as far as I can tell. So,
Yeah,
I mean, it's nothing really to worry about. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's going to get done. It'll be put in the past. So
Good point. I feel like I see a lot of star players around the league holding out like this, and I feel like they're just doing it selfishly. They just want more money. They're not really in it for the team. I don't get that feeling with Taylor Lewan. I just feel like
he's not going to try to bankrupt us and hold us handicapped with a huge contract.
He just this is the part of the business that's seeping through into his playership. Wow. And I mean, come on, he's got a baby now. He's got to provide for the fam. He needs some dough. Now he doesn't need probably as much dough as he's gonna get. I don't know if anyone needs that much to take care of one baby.
Yeah, babies.
But
they're cheap, aren't they?
Regardless, I have faith in Taylor Lewan. I think he'll do the right thing. I think we'll get it worked out, and he'll be back on the field in no time.
No time. Zero time. It's probably already done. Check Twitter. Nope. Still
yeah,
not.
honestly, probably you know Titans too. You're gonna by the time you're listening to us talk about Taylor Lewan, he's probably already signed.
So so this whole first segment, you just wasted like 5-10 minutes of your life. So
you didn't waste it. You get to hear Caleb and Justin chat
Speak.
again about
things,
Titans
football,
stuff.
sports. Okay, let's talk about this other, I guess, current storyline going on, and of course we're talking about the match.
PK versus Kevin Dodd.
PK versus Kevin Dodd, the matchup, the throwdown.
The premier matchup of the league.
It's probably the matchup I'm anticipating most now in this offseason. Yeah, I don't know. Not a huge deal. I mean, Kevin Dodd missing the voluntary workouts with no explanation. Like, I don't know. To me, I mean, say something. Or lie to us. Say like it's a family issue or a personal reason, no further comments or something. But him keeping quiet only like makes me more and more curious. Like, yeah, what were you doing? I don't know. Were you working out on your own? Were you just lollygagging? Were you on vacation? Or was it a serious personal issue and you don't want to talk about it? I don't know. What's going on, Kev? What's going on in here?
Kev, come on, man. What's going on? Talk to us, bro.
We need you, bro. We picked you in the second round. Like, I don't even know how long it was ago.
I'll be honest. We don't need Kevin Dodd. We don't need Kevin Dodd. I'm surprised at how much attention this is getting. It's just because it's another PK vendetta against a random player for absolutely no reason. But Kevin Dodd is in the past. I've moved past him. We have new, fresh linebackers that will replace him in 6 months.
We're trying to put him on the D-line, though. And if we could add some D-line depth, that's something that we could use. IMO.
Well, out of all the storylines going around this offseason and the players I'm concerned about, Kevin Dodd is the least of them. Lowest on the totem pole in my mind. So yeah.
Okay. That's pretty much all the thoughts that we have about that non-story. Then
non-story. We should just cut that segment.
Is it OTAs? Is it that important for him to show up? I mean, it's kind of a bad look, I guess, if you're the one guy on the entire roster that's not showing up. So there's kind of a spotlight on him. And, yeah, it's voluntary. Like, you didn't have to come here. This was a voluntary Titans Tube episode.
Titans Tube is always voluntary.
Yeah, but we show up.
We show up daily, and we get no kind of contract, Taylor Lewan.
Yeah.
We don't even play Fortnite, bro.
We do this for free, just like voluntary.
Sort of free. That's a good segue into our Patreon account.
Yeah.
Guys, come on.
It's just all flowing together.
I come back on Titans Tube and I immediately ask for money.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
Because I need it.
Are you homeless in Denver? Is that what's going on? Is that why you came back here? I just opened the floodgates. This is getting. We need to shift focus back. All right, let's move on now to, I guess, more of an outlook. Are you good? Good to move on to another segment here.
Yeah, no bad days.
Let's just talk about the team in general and this outlook for the season and kind of talk about this roster. I know the exciting thing to talk about is this new system of offense that we're bringing in with Mariota and utilizing the skill set and Matt LaFleur, this young, cool, head coach who's current with the times and the new schemes that we're seeing now in the NFL. You know what?
I'm Matt LaFleur. Check out my iPhone X.
Yeah.
No, new plays.
That's a good impersonation.
That's it.
That sounded like him.
Yeah.
But what I'm excited about is this defense, honestly. Ooh. Like you know how unexpected things happen in the NFL all the time. They don't go exactly as you think they will. I think, we could see this Titans team where the defense is actually performing better than the offense, and the defense kind of carries us, which was kind of the case last year in a few games anyway. But as far as this defense goes, I want to talk about these 3 big-time acquisitions that we got in the offseason. One being the name of Malcolm Butler in free agency.
The Butler.
And our 2 rookie draft picks, the Honorable Harold Landry and Rashaan Evans. So with Malcolm Butler, I know he's like our one addition to the secondary, but just that addition alone, I think, almost changes the whole look of this secondary. And in my opinion, as far as on paper, this is like the best secondary we've had. I think we've talked about this a little bit before, since 2008 when we were rolling with Chris Hope, Cortland Finnegan, Michael Griffin, and those dudes who had some really good years together. I think this secondary could potentially even be better.
Well, I was going to say, even on paper, you look at those 2 squads, I would take this year's secondary over that one's easily.
And they haven't even played a snap together.
They haven't played a snap together. But with how well our secondary performed last year, kind of under the radar, and then adding in the pieces like we did, I am expecting big things out of them this year.
Yeah. Big time. I think Adoree Jackson, that's a guy I'm excited about taking that next step. And a guy that's always under the radar because he's a little bit lower on the depth chart, but a quality guy is LaShawn Sims.
Yes.
He's probably our number 4 cornerback, and that's great. That is fantastic depth, if you ask me. I think he's a good young player who's really getting better every year, and he's hopefully going to see more snaps. We're not going to see Bryce McCain anymore covering DeAndre Hopkins for whatever reason, so that's all automatically going to make the pass defense better.
I mean, in his short career, LaShawn Sims has made some big-time plays, some game-sealing plays against the Texans, against the Chiefs, in hostile territories. I know he came off the injury last year, but I'm looking forward to him really kind of filling his slot as a depth cornerback that we can really rely on. We haven't had this kind of depth at cornerback.
I know.
It's solid.
It's great, and of course we got Kevin Byard, free safety, ball hawking around back there, and then Jonathan Cyprien, who has a particular set of skills, but he does them well. What he does, I think he does well.
I mean, and with the talent we've added around him, I think it can really let Dan Peace.
Dan or Dean?
Dean. I always say Dan, don't I? Well, with the
Dean,
talent that
with
the talent we have around Cyprien now, Sip.
Yeah.
I think we can really kind of hone in and let Sip do his thing, do what he does best, kind of crowd the line, be almost like a what did I say the other day? A linebacker assistant.
A linebacker
assistant to the linebackers is kind of what his forte is.
Playing
Not
in
much
the
of a
box,
coverage guy. Yeah, playing up in the box.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully, that this Malcolm Butler addition and just improving the secondary overall will, like you said, help Cyprien and help him play his role even better.
Think about this. Malcolm Butler, Logan Ryan, Adoree Jackson. I'm pretty confident on putting any one of them one-on-one on some of the top receivers in the NFL. You know?
Yeah.
Just leaving them out on an island.
We could flip those guys around. I mean, I think Logan Ryan is more of your nickel cornerback.
True.
That's what people say, but I mean, he played some on the outside last year, and I thought he was fine. He's fine. He's a fine dude.
He's fine.
I put a poll up on Twitter, I don't know if you saw this, about who you think will lead our team in interceptions in 2018. And over, I think, like 65% say Kevin Byard is going to defend his title as intercepting leader on the team.
Safe answer.
Safe answer. What do you think?
You forget that Kevin Byard stole at least 2 interceptions from Adoree Jackson.
Yeah.
I think Adoree is going to lead the team in interceptions this year and lead the defense in touchdowns. He's going to get some. He's going to get some.
Some pick sixes.
Some pick sixes,
Are you throwing in some possible special teams touchdowns, though?
Yes.
Is he still going to be our punt returner, or is it going to be this Campanaro guy that we got from Baltimore?
Yes.
Special teams guy?
Yes.
Okay, that means move on.
Yes.
Because we don't know.
Yes.
Dude.
Dude.
So, moving on, let's talk about these draft picks. And starting with Rashaan Evans replacing Avery Williamson. And I'm expecting big things out of him year one. Is that fair? Yes, because he's a first-round draft pick, and I think that's fair to put that on your first-rounders. But, I think this guy could possibly lead our team in tackles. Like, I think he was a great pick, a perfect fit for what we needed. And he looks like he could possibly be the leader, the future leader of this defense. I don't know. We've got a lot of leaders. We got Kevin Byard, et cetera, et cetera.
Wesley Woodyard.
Speaking of him, yeah, you look at the.
Should I keep going? Shall I keep going?
You look at these. You look at
Malcolm
these.
Butler.
Oh man, it's taking over. Take it over.
Okay, you look at these.
You look at these two rookies and the positions they play and the tutelage that they're under. You have Rashaan Evans learning from a guy like Wesley Woodyard and the leadership he brings. Harold Landry with Morgan and Arakpo to learn under. These rookies are in fantastic position to kind of take over when the time comes and replace them in the long term. And I think they couldn't have asked for a better situation to come through. I think it's perfect. It's a perfect blend.
Yeah,
mesh.
not a whole lot of pressure coming in on them on their shoulders. They're not having to carry the linebacking core. And I know Avery Williamson was pretty solid, but he definitely, lacked some parts of his game that we needed to improve upon. And I think Rashaan Evans and Landry will fill those gaps that Avery Williamson didn't. And I think if you mention the name Avery Williamson to me in like 18 months, I'm gonna be like, who? I'm gonna be like, what? You mean Rashaan Evans?
Evans, Avery Williamson?
Yeah.
That one?
So I agree. I think it's spot on. They're coming into a really good core of veteran linebackers. It's gonna add speed, add some of that young tenacity to our already stout group of pass rushers and solid linebackers. And I think they're gonna blossom into a flower that hits hard. It gets sacks. Sacking flower.
Sacking flower because flowers hit hard. Big time.
Some flowers do.
I'm looking at you, Harold Landry. You need to break the rookie sack record held by Javon Curse. That's still the rookie sack record back from 99. So, you know how records are meant to be broken. You're the guy. Honor us with the new record.
Look at this. Update, LaShawn Sims already getting interceptions and pass breakups.
Oh, calling it
right there.
There's reasons to be excited, guys,
news.
about this defense.
We
I'm
covered
serious.
it first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. I'm excited about this defense, and really, I have high expectations, meaning that I think there's going to be some games where we're going to shut some people down, like one touchdown or less throughout the entire game. I think this defense is set up to be pretty lights out.
As long as we don't let a Blaine Gabbert-led Arizona Cardinals team outscore us.
That's okay, because Blaine Gabbert is on our team, so we don't have to worry about him now.
Thank God.
Man, God. We dodged that bullet. Oh, man, Blaine, you really pissing me off last year, but you're cool now.
You super cool, bruh.
Do you have any other thoughts about the defense and personnel?
No.
We also added Benny Logan on the defensive line from Kansas City and Will Compton, linebacker. I don't know.
Will Compton's gotten lost in the shuffle of our new shiny toys that we got from the draft. But I think depth of linebacker, we have not had that either. We've had to have Avery Williamson out there guarding Jack Doyle time and time again, letting him burn us. No longer.
The incomparable Jack Doyle. Man, he's tough. For us, some reason.
So white, and yet he's so burns us every time.
Bring race into it. I miss you bringing race into it.
This is 2018. If race isn't in every single topic nowadays, then I don't know what we're doing here.
It's pointless. It's meaningless. So we can move on to the offense here, and a lot of people are excited, but there's still, let's not jump the gun. I'm afraid a lot of people are kind of jumping the gun, like, oh man. Finally, we have an offensive coordinator that's going to utilize the talents of all these players. Top 5 offense, done. It's happening.
In the books.
Book it. I say pump the brake on it, because it's going to take some time for the system to kind of mesh with all these players. There's still question marks. Will Mariota rebound? How well is he going to adapt to this system? And I don't know. That's not a great example, because I think he's a smart guy, and he's a guy that can adapt to pretty much anything you put in front of him. Will these mostly unproven wide receivers, really, Rashard Matthews is the one exception, will these unproven wide receivers stay healthy and take that next step? We have to have Corey Davis step up and be that number 1 receiver that we drafted him to be. Work on your hamstring, Corey. They're already missing some time in practice, I heard.
I know. What's up there? Rashard Matthews and Corey Davis both have missed some time with injuries. I don't even know.
Undisclosed injury.
Yeah, that's worrisome.
At least for Matthews, yeah. We haven't played football in a few months now. How are we still injured? How does that happen? Just training too hard? Is that what you're doing? Chill out, guys. Season's not started yet. I don't know why I'm getting so worked up and angry, but anyway, and we mentioned Jack Conklin. That's a big-time guy that we have to have return to form. He's a stud on the right side. I forgot what the stat was, but he's given up like like you can count him on one hand the amount of sacks that he's given up on the right side, and it's literally like one of these. So
one of these fingers.
Yeah.
So
okay. he's an excellent player, and hopefully that ACL recovery will be fine. He's a young guy, so that helps. When you're young, you heal better. So I've heard. And will Taylor Lewan not commit at least 3 hands to the face penalties a game? That's going to be a big thing to watch.
Hey, he did much better last year.
He did.
I'll give him some credit for that.
Sorry about the little shot taken. I just humor and
just
stuff.
Get back to practice, bro.
Just get back to practice. It would be nice to see him putting his hands to the face, then not on the field at all.
Yeah.
So,
True.
I think we have the pieces. I think we have, of course, Derrick Henry, Deion Lewis back there. I think they're going to do their thing. So we have the pieces. We have this roster now looking at both the offense and defense, and it just needs to come together with both a new defensive system and an offensive system. What do you think?
What do I think?
About this roster and
yeah,
is it ready? I think we're playoff ready.
I think the defense.
We
I
were
think
last
the
year.
defense is definitely playoff ready. I think the question marks now lie with the offense, which you just covered. The biggest one being receiving core. I thought we had kind of shored that up last year with Corey Davis and Eric Decker. That didn't pan out so well, and I think a lot of that attributed to Mariota having a terrible year as well, numbers wise. But,
true. And there's some receivers, some veteran receivers still out there on the market that I've seen some Titans players suggest.
Dez
Bryant, Jeremy Maclin are the main two. But they have their own injury issues, and we saw what happened with signing veterans like Andre Johnson and then Eric Decker that didn't turn out how we thought they would.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Should we go after another guy?
If I look at our receiver core right now, I think that we should be good. There's a lot of question marks because they haven't produced on the field, but we are getting Tajay Sharp back this year.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little more pressure off of Corey Davis. I think Corey Davis hopefully will come into the season healthy. It's still shocking that he's dealing with some kind of injury, but I think he's going to have a much better year. We saw what he did against the Patriots in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We see what he's capable of against some of the top teams in the league, which is very promising. Throw in Taywan Taylor in the second year. Rashard Matthews, a solid veteran, move the chains kind of guy. So I like the core we have, but there is still that question marks of, is it actually going to translate to on the field on Sundays? And I don't know. I can't answer that right now because I haven't seen it with my own 2 eyes.
Yeah, none of us have, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, and then the other thing, like you said, is the offensive line. If Jack Conklin regresses this year, I still think we'll have a pretty solid offensive line. I think people disregard the abilities of Quentin Spain and Josh Klein and Ben Jones. Now, they're not Pro Bowl caliber offensive linemen, but they're solid.
Yeah.
Especially bookended by Conklin and Lewan, that makes a solid crew. So if we can get back to the kind of play we had like 2 years ago, I think we'll be all right. I'll let Mariota miss a few throws here and there if he's getting the kind of protection he needs.
Yeah.
But those are, like you said, those are the 2 big question marks for me, pretty much out of the whole team right now. I feel like those are the 2 weak points where I'm like, I don't know about these guys.
Gonna have to wait
I
and
don't know about
see.
these moments, but overall, once again, this is Titans Soup. I have full optimism that we will go 16-0 and win the Super Bowl next year.
It's like it's a foregone conclusion. We're winning the Super Bowl. It's like the Warriors. It's almost like, why even play the season? We know who the champion's going to be.
But it's like, will we win the Super Bowl by returning 10 interceptions for touchdowns in the Super Bowl, or will we win it by Mariota running for 10 touchdowns?
I would like to see that.
That's the question that stands out.
Or both, all of the above.
All of the
It's
above.
very
Wow,
possible.
that would be
You
a
can't put
blowout.
limitations on this Titan squad.
No.
Anyway, so thank you for joining us. Is that going to wrap her up, you think?
That's going to wrap it up. Let's give a brief, channel update since you haven't, it's the offseason now.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not putting out as many videos as we were during the season.
Right.
People are worried that I moved out of state.
At least you're still alive, though. That's good to see.
Barely. Just barely. I'm starting to fall apart here.
You're becoming like a half robot hybrid. Oh, watch it, man.
Did you hear that?
You did pop something. How old are you? Are you like 70?
I'm getting old, guys. We're getting old. Anyways, we plan to fully ramp back up our season schedule. Once preseason rolls around for sure. So don't discount us. Don't be like, this channel's dying off.
It's dead.
Hopefully we can get some more videos out during the off season. I would like to say I'm not a big guy on speculation. A lot of the off season is speculation and just like you see what PK and Kevin Dodd are working with. They're just trying to make news stories to keep their
Correct.
content going. I'm not a guy. I don't think we do that. We tell it how it is. We're not trying to just like get content to get a bunch of views and stuff. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, and if you speculate, I mean, the chances of you being wrong go up, which make you look like idiots, and you lose credibility. And we're not about that. We don't have enough credibility in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, we're already
hold on to.
We're
everything.
already like so much of idiots that to
so
do
much
something that would make us look more idiots would be idiotic of us.
More idiots.
More idiots. So all that to say is thank you for watching and supporting us and staying in there. You can always hit us up on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, hit us up on Twitter.
And hopefully we'll get some more videos out this offseason. Justin's doing a fine job right now while I'm getting
I don't think people are watching
out
it or care
Denver.
for the most part. Those of you that are, What were you saying?
I said you're doing a fine job. I applaud you.
Thanks. It's all right. Lists.
But yeah, we don't want to
tens.
just come out with videos of like, hey, Taylor Lewan's playing Fortnite. Hey, PK and Kevin Dodd are fighting about something.
That's pretty much what we just did, though. But yeah, we're failing. We're hypocrites.
I've become the monster that I try not to be.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, we'll try. We're just excited about the season. Let's get the season happening.
Let's get it rolling,
peeps. Caleb, thanks for coming to Nashville and doing this episode. This is the only reason you came to Nashville?
This is the only reason I came to Nashville.
To do this video.
To do this Titan Soup episode.
It was fun. It brought back some nostalgia of the good old days.
If there's anyone out there that wants to sponsor us for travel, we could fly Justin out to Denver and do videos, or me to Nashville and do videos. And then come on, you like
if
watching.
It really means that much
Titans
to you.
Tube.
Yeah, it means that much to me though.
It does mean that much to me too.
But spend your money wisely, which
by
would probably not be
donating to our Patreon account.
All right.
That's all I have to say now.
Yeah, me too. So let's wrap this up because we keep rambling, and that's
what we do here.
And I don't know, what seen any good movies lately?
I have not seen. I've been meaning to see Solo. I have not yet.
Solo, by yourself?
I would see Solo.
I haven't seen it either, but I've heard good things. Surprisingly, it got like no hype, and then it came out, and then that was like it. And I was like, man, I forgot there's a new Star Wars movie out.
Yeah, it kind of snuck up on me right there.
Very sneaky.
Yeah, very sneaky.
What about TV shows?
TV shows. I'm very high on BoJack Horseman right now.
What's so random? That's a
very
fine
good
show. It's a fine show.
Fine show. If you're looking for something to make you laugh, and then later in the day feel super depressed about your life, and then maybe make you laugh a little more, BoJack Horseman.
I really had a need for that. That's what I was trying to go for.
Also, very excited to finally sit down and watch Arrested Development season 5. Interested to see how it. I haven't either. It just came out.
On what? Netflix?
On Netflix. They released the whole season at once. I think it's only like 8 or 10 episodes.
I might need to steal your Netflix account again because my phone logged me out.
Hey, if anyone has a Netflix account out there that you want to give us the password to, please.
Oh, you don't have one either?
Not on my own.
We're just stealing other people's.
That's Netflix. What else should we talk about?
NBA championship. Where's LeBron going? That's the biggest story.
Oh man, I hope.
Where do you want LeBron to go?
Where do I want LeBron to go?
Because you're obviously a LeBron fan. You want him to win championships.
I am a LeBron fan.
So he should go to the Warriors. He'll probably win if he goes there.
You know what? I will say this. Kevin Durant, I used to like you, man. I used to like you. And you know what? I didn't mind you joining the Warriors that much. I did think it was kind of a weak move with how the year before you were actually beating the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals and then bailed on Russell Westbrook to just go win championships. I think the comment, though, of how you're like, oh, I don't really care about winning championships after this year, that is what did it for me. That's
the breaking
straight up BS. You cannot say that, Kevin Durant.
You wanted the.
You cannot say you went to the Warriors and then you're like, I don't really care about championships in my legacy. Oh man, I want to smack you.
Not with that hand.
Not with this hand. With this hand,
the
which
other one.
would be terrible because that's left-handed. I can't punch.
Don't have a lot of force behind that. But I agree. It's weak. The NBA it was a sad state to see in the finals.
Honestly,
Cavs getting run off the floor.
I feel bad for LeBron because I think whoever he goes to next year, the Warriors are going to win again. I don't see.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. If he goes to the Rockets, that's going to be great. I think they could beat the Warriors. If he goes to the Spurs, I think him and Kawhi Leonard together, just them two, that might be enough to challenge the Warriors.
True.
That would be interesting.
That would be a dominant team. I think. Okay, here's my prediction for LeBron. I think he either stays in Cleveland. I actually think that's the number
really?
one. I think that might be the number one option.
Why would
But
he
they
do
bring
that?
They bring in someone like Kawhi, like a Russell Westbrook, like a Paul George, maybe even a few of those guys.
All of them.
Because I mean, I think the Cleveland organization knows that if they want LeBron to stay in Cleveland, they're going to have to give him some help outside of Mr. J.R. Smith,
man. Kevin Love.
Outside of those guys. Get rid of all of them and bring in some new guys for LeBron, and he'll stay in Cleveland. Outside of that, I think either the Lakers or Philadelphia.
Philly would be interesting.
Philly would be interesting, and honestly, as Philadelphia, I don't think I would do that for LeBron right now. I think they have a really solid foundation with the guys they have. And
Yeah.
bringing in LeBron, they're going to have to sacrifice a few of those guys.
true.
And yeah, they could be
Interrupt all that chemistry.
competing for now, but you're still looking at facing the Warriors in the playoffs, which is a high task. Give it a few years when your players really develop and the Warriors kind of die off and split, and then we could be looking at a new type of dynasty with Philly.
That's true.
You know?
That's an interesting point.
Interesting point. This is an interesting point as well. So it's kind of crooked.
Ooh.
It's like, am I really pointing?
Yeah.
And then it's like moving. Huh.
So you look like E.T.
We haven't
right.
like hung out in a while, so we're just like hanging out
Yeah, we're
now
just literally-
on screen. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Well, us rambling ended up turning into some good basketball discussion.
did.
So if we keep rambling, maybe it'll turn into
Some
something
other
else.
discussions.
Yeah. Probably not, though.
Probably not. We should probably wrap it up.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Until next time,
Peace out.
good day.
Titans Tube.